Hello, everybody. So, today we're going to have a quick look um, at the match that we played yesterday evening versus Sparta Corigliano Calabro. There's a massive update today because we'll have to analyze this match and then prepare the lineup for the following one, which will be a cup match, but we'll talk about it later on in the video. So, very quickly, this was the match played yesterday evening. Wanted to see the attendance. Yes, quite nice. Still not to the maximum, but this was made when the club was actually at a higher level. So very quickly, we could actually manage to block and to dominate the midfield, in my opinion. In fact, we can see ball possession 58% versus 42%. Of course, the score was a victorious one. 18 shots, 12 shots on target, and 50% success ratio with goals and shots on target, which is actually quite good. I still have to understand how to increase this to a higher level. Except for the fact that, of course, the striker's routine does affect this percentage. Well, I'm pretty sure it does, but I still have to understand what are the parameters for this. Then let's have a look. So we had a yellow card for Fabris, who's of course one of the best defenders we have, probably the best one thanks to his routine. And yes, a victory. So let's have a look at the standings. We are still leading the league. We have Real Scudriana and Silana Calcio still following close, but Silana Calcio apparently they lost the match yesterday evening. And this means Real Scudriana is the only real competitor at the moment. Well, they could of course manage to get back into their place, so following very close. But at the moment, we have Real Scudriana, who are the most dangerous opponents. So let's have a look. Next round is going to be versus Atletico Penne, and I'm having a look at this. They sit here, and as far as I can remember, they're not hyper strong opponents. The reason why I wanted to have a look at this is that because we'll have to play a cup match, and as you might probably remember, the cup disqualifications do affect the players we can play during championship matches. So league matches, sorry. So we have to pay attention to, well, we should pay attention when we have a lineup made to the following match. But in this case, we can allow ourselves to a more safe approach. Well, sorry, we can allow ourselves to a more serene approach, because these guys are not very strong, and our opponents, of course, are strong. So what we can do is try and win the cup match without being too careful about the following championship match, as it was as opposed to what happened last week, where we had the cup match and the game versus Bombay Sapphire straight after. So that said, let's have a quick look at our next opponents, who are, as you can see here, so the match will be played today, 25th of May, versus Albenga SV, and there they are. So they appear to be a strong team. Yes, one thing I had a look at earlier, of course they have a good routine. In the meantime, while I'm showing you the players, I will also tell you that this team plays in a higher tier of the Italian Championships, so they are supposed to be very strong in comparison to our usual opponents. Well, so the overall experience or routine, as you want to call it, is around 20 on average. Probably a little less. But, yeah, these guys look like good opponents. So, and I do not see any particular weak points except for this guy over here, who's got 4 stars anyway, so he's not weak anyway. Central defense is good, except for heading skills. So central defense is probably the weakest point. Still, they are strong. So I do not see any particular weak points here, or at least not weak points that we can exploit to win. So what we have to do is going for the best possible lineup with, of course, an offensive midfielder here, trying to exploit the space between these two lines, 1 and 2. Hopefully this player over here will be more free to play his own way without being killed in the meantime. So let's have a look. We said was that we have to put into place the best possible lineup, which of course, as you might have seen earlier, is like so. Where is he? Where is he? A Canchelli guy. So here, like this, and then I think we should go for a more careful approach by going for Egger on the bench. The only weak point we have, I'm afraid, is this one guy over here. Still, because of his routine, he might probably be able to keep up with the opponent's skills. Our routine is way lower than the opponent's, but our talent is quite good. Do you know what? Quiriconi should probably be swapped for this guy. Then heading skills are good here. It's here where they were, a little bit lower. Yes. So lower heading skills, high heading skills, so that we can sort of counterbalance the effect. This guy, so heading skills are decent, and they are decent here as well. Sorry. So I think this is the best possible line up for this match. Just let me know in the comments if you could spot any weak points here. Of course, the left wing, well, our left wing, so their right wing, of course, is quite poor with players, but I'm afraid we will not be able to exploit this very much because they are somewhat decently covered here with good players, experienced and talented. This one player over here is probably one of the weakest, but still they have good coverage over here, and we do not have impressively strong left wingers, so it's just a situation where we cannot afford to choose anything better than this, I'm afraid. We might probably go for Egger in order to have better ball possession in the midfield, and this should be able to counter the midfield a little bit more, and he should be a little bit more free in this area to play, but due to his low experience, I'm not sure I'm not sure this would be a good idea, because these opponents are very good in terms of routine. So I think we should stick to this plan, and hopefully it's going to turn out to be a winning move. Well, this is football, so whatever you choose, either there's a very clear way to exploit the opponent's weaknesses, or, like in this case, you have to do your best and being aware, though, that you will not be able to exploit them. You only have to give your best and try and hope that your best will be sufficient to beat the opponent. In this case, we are not in the best possible situation to confront them, but still, I think we stand some chances to win. Even if we didn't, though, we already had our money. Well, we can consider that we had our money off the sponsors already, because we won one cup match, and that was the target according to the sponsors' contract. So we are fine with it. We only have to hope that this match will bring some more routine, and why not? If we could get further into the cup, we might get even more routine, which of course will be useful during the next season. So I think this is all for today. Probably this is Monday. You want to have a look at the finances. Also, I received a few comments about the finances. I will probably make a tutorial about how to run them properly. Well, according to my point of view, of course. Let's have a look at them. So last week we could close the week with 21 million plus. So we earned this amount of money, and we are currently supposed to lose this amount of money this week, but we still haven't played any matches and haven't transfer listed any players. So this is not what it is going to be at the end of the week. So we don't have to worry about this right now. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully this is going to turn out to be a winner. And give any suggestions about this lineup because of course, as you can see, it is supposed to be a very tight match, and if you have any suggestions that might turn out to be useful for this match, please write them in the comments, or I don't know, ask for clarifications or whatever you prefer. So thanks again, and see you in the next video. Bye.